Mr. Harvey, you are asking the court to award you $496.52 for baby supplies you say the defendant, Ms. Jett, demanded for a child you adamantly deny is yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jett, in response to Mr. Harvey's suit, you have petitioned the court for the results of a paternity test.
Yes, Your Honor.
You argue that today you're going to finally prove he is your daughter's biological father and say it's time he steps up and acts like a man.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Harvey, take me back first to this relationship. You met on a dating site.
I met her on a dating site, and she got pregnant 2 weeks after us having sex. She got pregnant.
Your Honor, that's a lie. In July, I started dating Harvey. Every day, I actually moved with Harvey in July. Every
moved
day,
in with
yes,
him?
I did. And every day we had sex every day.
You got pregnant
Non-stop.
2 weeks.
I didn't find out till I was
So we had sex the first week I met you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so it was the second
I didn't
week.
find out till I was pregnant a month later, which was August. I was having sex with him every day.
You left
morning,
a
noon,
month
and night.
later.
No.
A month after I met her, she left and moved back to Orlando. I stayed 60 miles from her.
Yes,
And
after I found out I got pregnant, that's when I moved.
And told me to buy all this baby stuff.
I asked him,
And I did not argue with her.
It takes 9 months for somebody to be pregnant.
So you meet each other, move in together, and get pregnant all within a month.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And when you find out you're pregnant, you tell Mr. Harvey.
And he was so happy. He was happy.
And Mr. Harvey, you were happy when you heard the news?
I was happy.
Because you thought it was your child?
Yes. After she found out she was pregnant, we stopped talking. She moved back to Orlando. She wrote.
Why'd you stop talking?
Because he was so sexually active with other women. He was cheating on me.
Okay, so there was a breakdown in the relationship,
he was
and then it ended.
Yes.
So at some point you were living apart.
Yes.
And then you demanded he bring you.
I was asking him months and months and months. Can he get this? Can he get that? He said, no, I'm not getting you
Your Honor,
anything until
I
the
have
baby
evidence.
is born.
I have evidence to show you that I have bought everything she said on this, everything she demanded
I
me.
asked him months
I have
and months.
evidence right here.
I'd like to see that evidence.
She wrote me on Facebook demanding
But how long
that
did it
I
take
buy.
you to
I
get
said,
her stuff?
okay, Your Honor, I have the receipt, and it might be the date on there. I have the receipt where I bought everything on the list.
You need to make sure you bring me all of these things. 1, diapers. 2, baby wipes. 3, pacifiers. 4, bottles and a bottle scrubber. 5, her car seat. 6, a baby crib. 7, her clothes. 8, a breast pump so I can feed her milk. 9, a nursing pillow that I showed you. 10, her lotion and body wash. And she need all this stuff before April. Bye.
Yes, I said that.
And this is all before the baby's born.
Yes, but
then you responded back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but it took, Your Honor, it took him, I asked him.
I bought it.
It took him months and months to buy this stuff. I've been asked him for this stuff.
And then
it took
I
him
see
months,
attached to
months.
this
I begged for him to buy this
is a
stuff.
receipt.
A receipt, and I spent
That I
close
see-
to $500 on everything.
A
Her
pack
diaper
and
money
play,
is close to what you get.
a pump, bottle scrubber, bedtime wash, everything you named off.
And he did not get all of those things, Your Honor. He did not.
He didn't.
No, don't act like you did.
I didn't get a pillow.
You did not. The only thing you bought, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Harvey,
It's a
you
nursing pillow.
claim now you did all this because you thought it was your child, but in actuality, now you don't even know if this child is really yours.
No, Your Honor. I have.
And how did you get to that point where you
Because-
had doubts? When did you start putting 2 and 2 together? Be specific.
Okay, when I first met Sade, she got pregnant fast, and then we stopped talking. Okay, after she had the baby, she had told me the whole time she was pregnant, she was in a relationship.
Your Honor, I
And
didn't
she said she was in a sexual relationship.
Your
That's
Honor,
one.
Your
And
Honor.
another thing is she had the baby
I didn't
and
start-
tagged the dude name in the picture when the baby was
Your
first
Honor.
born. I got evidence
Your
for
Honor.
that. Where she tagged another dude. Like, listen, if the baby mine, why didn't you tag me in the
Your
picture?
Honor.
She tagged another guy and say she doesn't know who the guy is. Well, why the picture still stayed on your
Your
Facebook?
Honor.
And my family had to tell me, oh, you know she tagged another dude name in the picture.
Your Honor.
I got evidence
Your
for that
Honor.
too.
Your
Let me
Honor.
see this evidence. Jerome, will you hand this to me, please? Yes, Ms. Jett, please.
First of all, I put a picture of my daughter on Facebook. Okay?
Why you kept it on there? That's all I gotta say. Yes, and that right there where the arrow is, that's the dude name who she tagged in the picture.
Okay, and I have.
Okay.
Why would you tag another man's name on your baby's
I did
photos?
not tag
She
anybody
claimed that
in
the dude
picture.
out of nowhere just tagged himself
He
in
tagged
it.
himself
And
in
she
the
doesn't know who he
picture
is.
by himself, and I never met him at all. And I actually have proof that I actually wrote the dude and I said, hey, my daughter, dad thinks that you're her father because you tagged yourself in the picture. And he said, oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
Why would this guy, Miss Jett? Why would this
And
guy?
you don't know what you're writing.
He said that maybe it was an accident that he mistakenly tagged himself in her picture. That's what he said.
Oh.
But you didn't do it.
No, I never did. I never did.
She blocks me from her phone.
So you say you have been supporting the
No, he
child?
has
Yes, ma'am. I have a money order right here.
Your Honor, he
Well,
has
I
not
gave her
been giving money for a baby.
Jerome, will you
at
have
all.
that evidence, please?
and a receipt for the money order, and that was $100. And then when she was pregnant, I went shopping.
So you
for
say you gave her
about
cash
maternity
multiple times, but you just have a receipt for one money order?
clothes. Yes, ma'am.
So what about the other times?
I never kept it.
And so, has he given you
No, Your
any
Honor.
other? So
He
he
has
hasn't given you money multiple
No,
times.
he has not.
But he has given you this $100.
Yes, he has.
Okay, that's
She's
what I
gonna-
want to be
listen,
clear of.
Your Honor, to be honest with you, I only have evidence for that. So she's gonna say, yeah, he gave it. She got to.
Where
But
is
if I
your
ain't have
other
evidence for that, she would have said I never gave her that.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Ms. Jett, so I see you brought some evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. Here's all the expenses that I've been taking care for of my daughter alone. He's suing me for $500. Her diapers is a little less than what he's suing me for, and plus her feeding is double that.
I'm suing you for what I got a receipt for.
Okay, but her diapers are close to what you're suing me for. Her diapers is dang near that money, $500.
Every time you needed diapers, you
No,
called
you
me and
didn't.
I gave
You
it to
never
you.
gave me
Whenever you
anything.
needed
You never
something,
gave me
every time
anything.
she called me, I gave it to her, Your Honor.
He don't.
Ms. Jett, you claim that what he's given you is merely a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, it's really nothing. He
And
doesn't
these
do
are
anything for
your
her.
real expenses
Yes,
as
it
it
is.
relates to your
I
daughter.
provide all these things by myself.
You provided, the state provided. I'm telling you, the
What
feeding,
does
right?
it-
The
how does
feeding,
it-
the feeding alone, the state provides. She get wigged. The state
So how
provides
does
all
it
that
diaper
800 something. The state provide all that. I ain't trying to make her look bad. I'm just
okay,
saying, teach-
I have to get help.
I can see your diagram. You may step back to your podium, ma'am. All right, moving on. So at this point, are you involved in the child's life at all?
No,
Today, as
No.
of now, I haven't talked to her.
he haven't seen my baby since July.
You haven't seen the baby since July. So, Mr. Harvey, your doubt is just based on a Facebook
family
No,
member.
post.
no,
A
it's not
family
that.
member.
It's not that, Your Honor. I have,
What is it?
Okay, and then another thing is, after she had the baby, she was trying to get pregnant again, and then she was like, she told me she was pregnant or whatever, so I went and got her and stuff like that. And then she had started going through my phone. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go through your phone too. So I go through her phone, right? She
Yeah,
telling this
man.
dude, she said, you need to pay for this abortion.
No, I didn't.
And the whole time she was never pregnant. She
No,
told me
I
she was
didn't.
pregnant for me, and then she telling some other dude he need to pay for abortion.
Your Honor,
So, Miss Jett, is this true?
no, he's lying.
Oh, now I'm lying.
So, Ms. Jett, is it your contention that you were not intimate with anyone else
No, I
during the
wasn't.
window of conception?
No, I was not. I was only with him and I was living with him at the time.
All right, Mr. Harvey, you've brought a witness. Please, ma'am, stand. Hi, Ms. Highsmith. Thank you for joining us.
I'm his auntie.
You're his aunt. What do you know about this
All
doubt?
I know is that when she had the baby, looking at my nephew's other children, we have strong genes. And all his brothers look alike, his brother's kids look alike.
And I have
They
strong
have the,
genes
they have the
also.
same heads, and our family have big eyes. The baby don't resemble me, Xavier,
Looks
or any
like
of Xavier's
me.
family.
She looked
His children look just alike from different moms. Everybody looks like the Harveys or the Highsmith. The baby has no genes of us at all. Head shape
looks
or
like
anything.
me. I have strong genes.
Well, that's my opinion.
So it's your contention that your family genes are strong.
Yes, ma'am.
And you see it in all the other children
Yes,
and the
ma'am.
members of the family. And when
Yes,
you look
ma'am.
at this baby, you just see nothing.
Only the red color, they're both red. That's not good enough.
Thank you for your testimony. Ms. Jett, you also brought a witness. I'd like to hear
Yes.
from her. Ma'am, please stand and step
Yes.
to the podium. What's your name?
Kim Canty,
Miss Canty, thanks for being here. You are
Shardae's mother.
Ms. Jett's mother.
Yes.
Please explain to the court the knowledge you have.
He called me and told me that Shardae was pregnant.
I didn't meet.
No, he hadn't met me, but you called me and told me my daughter is pregnant and how I shouldn't worry about you leaving.
I did not know Miss Kim until after the baby was born.
No, you didn't know me.
I didn't know her.
Oh, you called me. Don't sit up there and lie. You did call me.
I did not know. I did not know her until after the baby was born. I just met Shardasia.
She didn't tell me. You told me.
I didn't. Your Honor.
And
now
so
you got amnesia now.
Is it your contention, Miss Canty, that he called to say, you say he was going to take care of it? That's what he was.
It. And that was it. That was the end of the conversation.
And Ms. Canty, did you ever have any conversation with your daughter that would indicate maybe she was intimate with someone else and someone else could possibly be the father?
No, I didn't even know she was dating him. I didn't even know about him till I got that phone call.
Well, they only knew each other a month.
Exactly.
They testified to that in court.
Exactly.
And he promised you he was going to step up and be there for your daughter and for the baby?
Yeah, don't worry, you ain't got to worry about me leaving her. You said that.
And I can sense your anger and your frustration.
You said
and that's because you feel like he's turned his back on
yes.
the baby.
Because also, Your Honor, he was there for the delivery.
And Your Honor, I lost my job because of that too.
He cut the cord.
I lost my job because I was supposed to go to work that morning, and I came over there. I came there. We wasn't even talking. She was in a relationship our whole pregnancy. Called me and said, I'm having a baby. I didn't go to work and got fired.
Mr. Harvey, how did you go from cutting the cord to bringing her to court?
Like, I didn't know Miss Jett, you know, I did not know her. So after she had the baby, that's when I got to know her. And she is not the person that...
Why would you be with somebody that you don't know?
Because the child, I want to be in a child's life, and if that child mine, I want to be in a child's life. That's the reason why I still was there.
If you want to be in a child's life, why you not there now?
Your Honor, and he
because I'm not there now because situations that happen. And I'm not even gonna put her out there like that. But situations that happen.
Let's talk one at a time.
Your Honor, can I say something?
I want to understand that though, Mr. Harvey, because it seems like you were on board.
I was.
And I have not really heard testimony that would substantiate the departure from the commitment that you've made.
Because
I don't understand where the doubt is coming from.
Your Honor.
The doubt. The reason why I stopped,
Facebook tag, I got that.
Okay, the Facebook tag and
what
multiple
else?
dudes. That's my reasons. Because the multiple dudes, she got pregnant fast, and the departure, I was still there, and the real departure when I stopped seeing the baby was because she had threatened me. That's the reason why I didn't go. The reason why I stopped seeing the baby is because she had threatened my life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know her, and I got other kids, and I wasn't gonna go through that. I told her, I said, you know what? Just go through child support, and if it's mine, then I will be there, and I would do everything. I was there, Your Honor.
When?
And the reason I stopped,
get some more.
I was there ever since a month ago. And the reason I stopped going there because she threatened my life. And listen, I should have got a police report.
Your Honor, he tried to make me walk home.
Listen. And this is why, Jerome, kids having kids. It just, I mean, you don't even know how to conduct yourself. Fighting and carrying on. This is ridiculous. The only way we're going to be able to move forward with this is just to get the results. Oh. Thank you, Jerome. You're welcome. I have to have these results before I can rule on your arbitration and your suit for $496.52, Mr. Harvey. Are we ready for the results?
Yes.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Harvey v. Jett, pertaining to 4-month-old Nolani Harvey, Mr. Harvey, in the case of Harvey v. Jett, pertaining to 4-month-old Nolani Harvey, Mr. Harvey you are not her father.
It's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Cause I was in a relationship before I met him. I was in a relationship previous.
Oh, now you in a relationship?
Before I met you, yes. But I was never pregnant.
Miss Jett, you so diplomatic now.
Because, no, listen, Your Honor, listen, Your Honor.
I just witnessed probably about 30 minutes of you taking this young man through the ringer.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I asked you, could there be anyone else? And you said no, and then as soon as I read the result, you went straight into politician mode. Yep, everything's gonna be okay. Shaking hands and kissing babies. Mr. Brown, you are here to prove that 2-year-old Isaac Brown is your biological son. You claim the defendant is denying paternity only to be spiteful, but today you intend to prove your case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Wilcox, you state you were in a whole new relationship with another man at the time of conception and were not having sex with Mr. Brown. You believe Isaac looks exactly like the other man, and you are here to prove that Mr. Brown is not your son's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Brown, why are you convinced that 2-year-old Isaac is your biological son?
I'm 100% because of, I signed a birth certificate, and plus I never had a real relationship with my father. I wouldn't want that for my son.
So you truly believe this is your child. Ms. Wilcox, you say he's not.
No, ma'am. He don't look anything like my girls that I have with him, Your Honor. And I was in a whole different relationship at the time in January.
If you look at that right there, look at my son and my 2 beautiful daughters right there. They look like identical. They look like triplets right there. The only thing that's different is that he caught the future of his mom's eyes, the blue, and everything else, and the hair color a little bit. But the only thing else is he's getting his tan too.
I don't see.
What was the nature of your relationship when you got pregnant? Were you in a committed relationship?
When I found out I was pregnant with Isaac, I was in a fully committed relationship with my ex, which I did not sleep with Michael in January at all. I was with my ex the whole time, having unprotected sex.
Your Honor, whenever she was gonna go have sex with her other significant other, she's like this, if you watch the girls, I got you later.
Wait. If you watch the girls, I got you later. Got how?
Like having sex, ma'am. She was sleeping around behind his back, but...
With whom? You?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so at that point, she was with the other guy.
Yes, ma'am.
But she would come back and say, if you watch the girls, I'm gonna let you have some too later.
Yeah,
What you never got, because you got your hopes up every time.
So you're not, he's telling the truth. You'd say that.
I said that, but I never once slept with him in January.
Your Honor.
Now, this is the first I ever heard of this. You would promise sex to your children's father in exchange for him watching the children while you go out and have sex with your now boyfriend.
She didn't go out. She went to the next room.
In the next room? Wait a minute. She went to the next room.
Yeah, because me and my kids were playing in the living room at that point in time when they walked in the door.
Back up. You're saying she walked in the house with the new boyfriend, told you, if you watch these kids right now, I'm gonna have sex with you later in return, and then she'd go in the room and have sex with the new boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
You something else, Miss Wilcox. You something else. And you admit it. You just say you didn't follow through on the payment plan. How did you find out she was pregnant, Mr. Brown?
How did I find out? Me and the other dude and Brittany was walking through, And she's like, oh, I wonder if I'm pregnant, and because we was by the condoms and the lube and pregnancy test, and so she so.
Hold on. Now this is going too far. Are you telling me you, your ex-girlfriend, and her new boyfriend are all going through the store together?
Yeah.
And you all are going to buy condoms?
No, ma'am, no. We was picking up some shampoo and stuff, and that's in the same area.
So when did you take the pregnancy test?
I took it the last week in January. I was
Where did you take it?
at my ex's house.
But I paid for the test, and if I didn't believe the kid was mine and everything else, I wouldn't have paid for the test.
And you know that has nothing to do with nothing, right, Mr.
Yes,
Brown?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, look, I'm here for you both, but you have got to give me some evidence that makes sense. I don't care if you paid for the test, and I don't care if you bet your bottom dollar that you are the biological father. At this point, I need to know, were you sleeping with Ms. Wilcox at the same time her ex was sleeping with her?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you think. So you bought the test because you knew there could be a very real possibility that this child was yours as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you went to buy the pregnancy test, did her ex, the other guy, know you were buying it because you also had been intimate with her? Because why in the world would you be buying her pregnancy test for a baby they may be having together?
Your Honor, because of he didn't have the money to pay for it, and I want
to stop you right there because we didn't sleep together till after you found out I was pregnant, and you felt bad because he didn't have money, and I needed to know. And I have the results of my conception on when I conceived while I was with my ex, and the dates that matched up.
Let me see that evidence, Jerome. On this calendar, you've indicated that Isaac was born October 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
Which puts your window of conception in the month of January, which is right at the first week of January. And so, Ms. Wilcox, you claim you were with your ex, and only your ex,
Yes, Your Honor.
during that week, that first week in January, where that arrow is pointing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Only with your ex.
Only with my ex. The last time I was with Mr. Brown was in December.
Now I want to go to you, Mr. Brown. So Ms. Wilcox, you've heard her testimony. She said she wasn't with you till that was December, and her window of conception was the first week in January. It cannot be your biological child. What do you say to that?
It was around the 28th, but then also sperm stays in the cyst inside of a woman for 5 days. 'Cause I learned that in sex education.
Now you're getting to some facts. Bless your heart. Okay. Bottom line is the date that you're saying is very close to the window of conception that she outlined on this calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it. Ms. Wilcox, I'd like to go to your witness. Ma'am, please stand. Step up to the podium and state your name for the record.
My name is Tracy Johnson. I am Brittany Wilcox's mother.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for joining us today. What do you know about this situation?
From what I can say, which I was gone for a few years, but when I came back, he was 6 months old, and she kept telling me and having doubts that this was not Michael's son. I'm having doubts now because she keeps showing me the other pictures, and the more he grows, the more he's changing, and I'm not seeing the same results as I am with the girls. They do favor their daddy, a lot alike their daddy. You can tell they're Michael's, 100%.
Okay, so Ms. Johnson, I want to know, are you hoping Mr. Brown is Isaac's biological father? Are you hoping this other guy is?
Mr. Brown's, he's gonna always be his daddy because he's been in his life for the past 2 years, going on 3 years.
And what type of relationship does Isaac have with this other guy, with the ex?
None at all. All
Does
he
he
knows
even-
as his daddy. He just knows daddy is daddy.
So he doesn't even know the other guy?
No.
Has never met him?
No.
Does the other guy even know he was born?
Yes, he ghosted him at the hospital and took off. He refused to be there.
So the other guy refused to come to the delivery room. So, Mr. Brown, you did?
Yes, ma'am.
And you signed the birth certificate?
Yes, I did.
They would not let us leave the hospital until somebody was on the birth certificate.
On the birth certificate is Michael James Brown. I don't see the other dude's name on that birth certificate. I'm the father, right away, honestly.
It's like we don't even talk or anything. I don't know where he's at, but it's been eating at me for the past almost 3 years that he looks just like my ex.
Well,
and I don't feel like
he doesn't want to be with
should
you.
have a right to pay for somebody else's child if this is his child.
Ms. Wilcox, when I listened to you speak, when you just spoke, and I've been waiting for you. I've been taking testimony from your mother and Mr. Brown, and I've been waiting for you to decide to speak up and speak out about this, because I've looked at the facts. You really don't have anything to gain by saying this. Isaac's almost 3 years old. The other guy's been long gone. You holding out 3 years later talking about this is his baby is not gonna make him come back.
There's nights, Your Honor, I cry about it because I feel bad because I'm not sure on who his father is, and I don't feel like it's right to make somebody else pay for somebody else's kid if that's not their father. Granted, yes, like my mother said before, Michael has always been there for him, and if the other guy does not feel like he needs to step up even after the results, Michael still has the option to be there for him regardless, and I would never take that out of his life.
But you have the truth, and that's what you feel like is important.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I have something to say on that. Whenever she said she didn't know who the father of the Isaac is, she was sure, now she's not sure who the father is, because she just now said that to you. She said, I don't know who the father is, but he should know who the father is.
Because it was so close when I was with you in December to me coming back in January, but I'm for sure he is my ex's due to the point because I was only with him in January.
One of the reasons why I allow people to speak, and I will say this about you, Mr. Brown, you're a stand-up guy, you stood up for this baby, and I can tell you love Miss Wilcox, and you're gonna take care of her, whether this baby is yours, the other guys, or Jerome's. It's not yours, Jerome, I know that. But I'm saying that because, I mean, that's the level of care I see you giving to her and to this innocent baby. What I want you to pay attention to, your tendency is every time she tries to talk and open up and say what she feels, you shut her down with the, well, I'm the daddy and I'm the this and I'm the that, and you will not let her finish a sentence. The reason why I wanted to give her a chance to finish a sentence is because I wanted to give her an opportunity to think about what was happening, listen to the other testimony, and just tell the truth. And that's just what she just did. Right. When you force yourself on people, their inclination is gonna be to back up. Just give me a minute. And I feel like, in a way, her insistence that you cannot be the father anyway, it was because you are so overbearing about the fact that you are the father. What the real truth is, which is why we come to this courtroom every day, is she don't know.
She's not sure.
She doesn't know. And that's what she finally got the courage in here, in this moment, to say. Don't tell me nothing about his sweater, his eye, his nose. She just doesn't know. And you've built an amazing relationship with this beautiful boy. Because you signed the birth certificate, you are the legal father.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I find even more interesting is that you have a lot to lose in this moment as well. Because the other guy's long gone, you've stepped in to be daddy. I'm sure Isaac refers to you as daddy. He's almost 3, he says daddy now, right? At least dad.
Yes, he does.
And that's you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're on the birth certificate. As far as the court, the state, and the world knows, you're the legal father. So the fact that you would walk into this courtroom today to say, but I also want to know if I'm the biological father, you're setting yourself up to lose a lot. Because if you are not the biological father, then Miss Wilcox may have standing to go to court and say, hey, I would like to have his name removed from the birth certificate. I would like this. So you are putting a lot at risk today just to find out the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand. There's a lot at stake. Jerome, I think it's time for the results.
Yeah.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Brown versus Wilcox, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Brown, you are the father.
Well, Your Honor.
Now you know.
We now have the truth. Isaac is your biological son.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you all have to figure out how to go forward.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, thank you. Thank you for having the courage to come. And, you know, Isaac is too young to really understand what is happening here. And as I sit here, I try to be a voice for the voiceless. I'm trying to be the voice for children who can't speak for themselves. And I can imagine that he would have said, thank you, Mom and Dad, for having the courage to get past your differences, all the drama and the past, and have the courage to come here and get the truth so I can live in peace.